Alright, so boom, it's your boy Travel Oblivion, bro. Check me out. Listen, buddy, listen. Some big news just dropped, right? Listen, Star Citizen is apparently going into their first staging of server meshing, right? And I got this information from Level Cap, the good old Level Cap. You know, he's been playing a lot of Star Citizen lately, so he's got a little bias. But other than that, he's letting me know he's letting the creators know about some new tech that's going on. There's some new big tech that's going on. So basically, what's happening is server meshing, right? If you don't know what that is, don't worry, I'm gonna explain it to you. Okay, first off, basically, normally, the game is like, alright, bet. You want to play a game, right? Well, you got to download it, and that's the storage, right? And then you want to run it, and that's GPU stuff, right? GPU is like, all right, so now basically things on the screen are calculations. Like you see that man walking in the snow, that's like 30,000 ones and zeros, and they give it to the GPU, and he's like, hey yo, calculate this real quick, and then it does it, right? So instead of doing that, they're gonna offload that information to a server. Just how you play multiplayer on a server to calculate all that, and then send back the answers to your GPU, and then you still gotta do a little bit of work, but not that much. So it's basically saying instead of you do all the work on your system, they're gonna have a server that does all the work for you and bring you back the results to your GPU with some minor calculations here and there, and then you get to see what's on screen. So therefore, you can have more entities, more objects. Basically, this is kind of a big deal. Okay, kind of a big deal. Now, first off, I gotta say this is kind of exciting, okay? But unfortunately, there are some withdrawals and comebacks to this. Obviously, it might fail. You know what I'm saying? This it's one thing to say, one thing for it to work, But either way, if they fail or succeed, we will always push the envelope further, right? Because listen. The reason I do like Star Citizen. I like the whole thing they're going for, right? I like the whole thing. But what I don't understand is, well, all right. First off, why majority of the teams working on a single player game that may or may not live up to their expectations. But they have a game that's out right now that could be going through a bunch of tests and faster if they had more people on that team. But it's whatever, I'm not gonna lie, If it was me, this game would be looking glorious, okay? But it's not, so let's not talk shit. But what I came here to say, right, is that why Star Citizen is just a good game, And other than them not working on priority stuff and them not having stuff done, and just how they're working things out of order, which could be more refined easily. Like if I was building a game, if I was building a game, I know I said I wasn't gonna talk about, but I'm gonna talk about it. If I was building a game, I would start off with a planet, get that planet built out, get all the features on the planet, maybe have a moon and a star and sun, just so you can go places. But I think having a ship should be mid game, not late game. It should be mid game, right? But you start off with a ship. No matter if you wanted to play Star Citizen, you start with a ship because it comes with your bundle, right? So you play I think 45 is the lowest. It comes with a ship. You can pay up to the highest. It comes with a ship. It's kind of weird, But despite how they're working on the game and how other people work on it, and how it could be better or worse, blah blah blah. That's just money. It's just looking at things from 2020 vision. Either way, but this new tech they're working on, if it fails, at least we'll know the limits and we can push it a little further. Or maybe if they fail, they could come back and do it better. But if it succeeds, this can be something huge, right? Because as soon as they say, oh, you could have triple the size of the world of GTA. People's like, wait, you could play on 26 maps of GTA just combined together, but more buildings, more places to go. Oh my god, we need this right now. But there's obviously some complications. First off, this is most likely have happened so far. I remember in Mr. Beast, he was doing some kind of Minecraft challenge and stuff like that, and he had 1,000 people, I believe, on one server. I was like, none of the other servers can have 1,000. But then it was later revealed that so it was kind of like each civilization had 100 players, I believe, or a certain amount of players, right? It was the forest against the desert, against the tundra, against the water, stuff like that, right? But it was a giant square with sections cut out for their individual locations and biomes, right? And it was later known that that if you crossed over into a different biome, that's a whole different server, right? And that's not technically server meshing. I know it's a different thing, but I'm just saying that stuff has been dabbled in like the multi-server type things, there. But the problem with that is obviously if somebody's in like if the max players that could be in the desert area reaches and you try to walk into the desert area, you just can't go, So it's like you can have 1,000 people in that one, I guess, instance. Not a real server because there's multiple servers. I guess mega server, but you're going to have so many people in the server. And let's say like it's a survival game. Oh, let me go to the desert, go get some sand. Oh, I can't because it's maxed out. But I guess there could be ways around it or something, or it could be worked around. I'm just saying that these multiple server problems that are getting solved nowadays is really pushing the envelope further for gaming in general. And yes, I finally learned about Nanite. Well, I knew about Nanite when it came out. Like when they said it unlimited stuff, obviously that's bullshit. It doesn't matter how good your tech is, you can't have unlimited. It's been proven already. Like it's better, right? I will give credit where credit is due, okay? Unreal's doing this thing, but Unity's is right behind, with the new tech they come out. So, anyway, but basically they were saying that they were just using a more complex version of LODs, and it was basically auto LODs. So you could put in, so you didn't have to work on LODs, which is like different level of detail, like structure. Let's say you have a mug, and let's say when you're right next to the mug, I want it to be the highest detail. When you're like 10 steps back, I want to be medium, and when you can't even see it out, I want it to be like you barely even recognize it, like it's from like it's far away, like you can't even barely visualize it, right? So it'll do that automatically, and then you could do that on top of, so you could do your own LODs on top of the game, on top of Unreal's auto LODs, and have almost infinite, you could place all these mugs everywhere and it won't slow down your computer or stutter. Of course it will when it's maxed out, but you can have a substantial amount until it does. So all those combining into one thing can maybe lead to something hype. I know Unity has dots and they came out with their press conference, but I'm still out of the Unity sphere right now, so I don't even know what's going on. I need to hop back in, I'm not gonna lie. But check me out. So far, I'm excited, and they haven't delayed it. Recently, there's been talks about because Star Citizen love to delay things, but they haven't delayed so far. So I'm actually surprised. So it looks like it's gonna be on track, and I'm actually excited because either way they win, succeed or fail, there's still gonna be progress, And even if they fail, they might come back again, like I said before. There's also one more thing I wanted to talk about. What happens if it completes? Let's say, because the goal for Star Citizen is, as far as I know, right, is to have one entity, not one server. Yeah, I don't think they're at that level, but I think it's reasonable to say that they want a persistent universe, right? They said multiple times that I seen some stuff about them doing harvesting ships and like building ships and stuff like that, so they'll be able to like destroy ships that's from a shipwreck. But also, like, I heard some stuff about shards and stuff. Like, yeah, you see it on the screen. The shard system is weird. I barely understand it, but basically, like, think of shards as servers, right? So if you stash some loot on a shard, aka server, and you log back in, it might be a different shard, aka server. So you'll never join the same server. They said that they're going to try to limit the amount of shards there are so that it's more common for you to be in the same server. But so, as far as I'm guessing, there's no server select. There's no, let's play US pop. You don't got the server selection. You just click play and you just hop in, which can be kind of. Once I heard that, I'm like, isn't that going against your whole motto of having persistent universe? If I stash some loot there, I want to come back and get it. It's like, it's maybe they could have it so when you join the same server / shard, whatever you want to call it. That would solve the problem, I suppose, but not if the server is full. But they're working with a lot of technical problems right now, and even let's say let's say they're right. Let's say there's limited shards, so there's around 10, and you could just keep on relogging, but it's just a mess. It's just a mess, buddy. I'll see about the shard thing, but as far as the server meshing, I'm really like excited to see what's gonna happen with all that. You know, Level Cap's gonna cover it. So after he covers it, I'll cover it because I'm not that in depth with the Star Citizen. Also, I don't got I got a computer, but that shit is a toaster. It's got 5. That's it, just 5 cores. Like, I ain't gonna lie, you know, I gotta get my grade up. I ain't gonna lie, but that's all I really wanted to say. You know, Star Citizen is always look cool to me. It has that feeling, you know. Yeah. At this point, I'm just ranting. I ain't gonna lie, so it's just roll the outro.
A normal person would have died a lot sooner, but that man just didn't want to let go.